could go. We could go. We could go. We could go. Yeah.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of How Y'all Feeling?
We good though.
That voice.
I don't know, that was real strange.
I always do that.
But
That was cute. I
I
love it.
always do it.
the thing is, we had, I think this past month had 5 Fridays or something. So it's been like 2 weeks. We've been off for like 2 weeks, right?
Whoa.
Did they have 5
Yeah, because
Fridays?
it's been a minute.
2 weeks too long.
So if this is your first time, we are the band Waterseed coming at you for our
This shouldn't be your first time though.
coming at you for our podcast named We Good Though. We good. And where we have conversations with each other in a podcast format. Pretty much these conversations is what would go on if we were on the road, in the van, or on the plane, or on the bus. So we thought this would be good to have, have you join in on our conversations.
Journ in.
This is
Oh.
Lord have mercy.
How do you spell that?
Journ. J. Earn.
Journ in. To my left.
I like this. Can I say this? I like these props that we have for the fall season.
There you go.
Although the media and Walmart don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I'm proud of us for celebrating the fall. That's right.
There we go. Give it up for Team Magic for our special little decoration. They make sure that we're taken care of. Also, big shout out to Screwball Whiskey. Sanisa's drinking.
Screwball whiskey.
She's drinking some peanut butter whiskey right now. If you like peanut butter, if you like whiskey, or if you just like getting lit very quickly, Screwball.
lit, dog.
Real quick. It's about a 70 proof.
Screwball is 70-something proof, right?
It's 70 proof.
Wow. Screwball is the way to
Yes.
go. Watch out, because, Screwball, you end up getting in a screwed situation. So anyway, here we go. To my
what
left,
she
we
said.
have Raheem Glassby.
What's happening, baby? What's happening, y'all? How y'all feeling?
To my far left, we have Sanice Love.
What's happening, baby? How y'all feeling?
To my right, we have Gentleman Sharp.
Greetings.
On the boards, we have Tiffany. What's happening, Tiffany? She said, and I am Lou Hill, and we're here for another episode. Y'all had a good few weeks. This has been, we've been
busy.
doing a lot of shows and everything. We just had a show on a Wednesday at Xavier, and then we had another show on Friday, which was pretty cool.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was
Yeah,
fun,
it was good.
especially coming off of October, which was really a really good month for me. I can say personally, I wore like costumes all month, so that was fun. I got to be a part of a couple of burlesque shows, so that was also fun.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I danced and showed my booty.
You showed your ass.
That's all you showed?
No, but listen. I was most proud about showing my booty in front of people that I didn't know.
Showing your ass.
Yep,
in front of
and
people.
I got paid for it too.
So
He got
did you
paid to
have
show his
like
ass.
chaps or something on?
I had.
So you like a step above a stripper, then you show.
I mean,
you
I
get
don't
paid
know.
to show
I'm
your
not
ass.
familiar.
Hey man, we are not strippers.
I didn't say them.
We're
said you.
exotic dancers.
I said you. What the hell? What the hell's the
I'm just saying.
Burlesque is not stripping, but you know what I mean.
Burlesque is not
You talking about you making it seem like you was teasing with the fans, which
I was.
until
I had on
you had
my
the fans in
pasties.
front of your ass, and then you like
I
showed your
did.
ass
Listen,
and stuff.
I pulled it down a little, then put it back up, then pulled it down a little. The screams were crazy because it got a nice butt, man.
All right.
I thought I should share that with
Probably
you.
have a hairy ass too. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm,
Oh,
sorry.
it's
I'm just saying.
It's not. It's very.
How was everybody else's week, damn it? Raheem's taking over everybody had a good week.
I had a good week.
It's been
How you
great.
follow up? He said, I got
I don't
paid
know.
to show my ass.
I couldn't stop picturing Raheem as the new Copper Tone logo.
To show my ass with the little dog pulling down the little draws at the beach. Ooh. Show my ass.
I can't get out of my mind the hairy ass.
The hairy
potentially.
ass part.
Potentially.
The potential
Very
hairy
groomed.
ass. Okay,
Oh
that's
my
we're
gosh.
gonna get off the
The
subject of
manscape.
ass. Denise, how was your week?
It's been busy, man.
Yeah, Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all
yeah.
I got, you know.
I've been busy. It feels like I haven't slept in 2 months. I've
Yeah.
been really busy. I just need an off day. I may have to take a little vacay or something.
Hey man,
Get
they're
out of town.
always good to take a vacay and relax. Just like last month for me, I gotta talk about last month. I took a little trip to the beach, Pensacola Beach, and that was nice.
That ain't no beach. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was a beach.
Dang,
Okay.
Lou.
I'm just saying.
Let him have his
Pensacola-
moment.
when you grew up in New Orleans, I say grew up.
When you grew up, yep.
When you growed up.
When you
When you growed up,
when you growed up in
when you growed it up in New Orleans, Biloxi was the beach you get to, but it'd be like, the water smelled like eggs. But then
It's all
No,
about
but
Pensacola.
if you had a little bit more money, you'd be like, wow, we drove all the way to Pensacola. Wow, and it'd be
Really?
like, it was
White
beaches.
sand.
The
I've
beach is
never
a
been
little
to
nicer.
Pensacola.
than
it was
Pensacola.
white sand and really nice water.
Not hating Biloxi because y'all got us through Ida, but I'm just saying, it's not like it's the Caribbean or nothing, So,
Oh.
Hey,
but that's good. I'm glad you got to rub your toes in the sand. You got all 10 toes. Some people be having like
I do have
missing
all
a
10
toe or
toes.
something.
I do
all
have
10 toes. That's good.
I got a weird looking pinky toe though.
Oh,
It's
you-
a family trait.
You
It's
one
a
of them
family
things.
trait.
You got the little crazy pinky toe.
It's a family tree. Look, everybody in Hayes Gillespie family. Listen, you got the strange
funny pinky toe. You got the strange pinky toe.
The folky pinky toe.
Interesting.
Hey, all right, enough about me. How y'all doing? Yep.
We're doing
Yeah, it's all
good.
late.
My week was busy. It was pretty busy. Happy to be back, getting back to the gigging thing. For those who are interested in coming to a show, be sure you check us out. We're doing, we can't say that show because it hasn't been announced yet, but we're doing a big show on the 27th.
The 27th.
Here in New Orleans. That's the weekend after Thanksgiving. Then we'll be on December 8th in San Diego. And then
Yes.
New Year's Eve, we'll be in Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Center. So be able to
DC,
check us
baby.
out. We're going to be doing our thing. The band is sounding great. Everything is going according to plan. But without
Absolutely.
Chords playing.
further ado, we shall move on to the first segment of our show called...
Sanice's crazy question.
So
to me now.
I had
Talk to me now.
a hard time with this one, but I'm gonna bring it straight up,
Okay.
Okay.
like my shot, straight.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay,
No
well,
Jason, baby.
get to it.
Come on now.
All right. So, do fish have a thirst for water?
Yes, I can answer that quickly.
Really?
Yes,
How you know?
because if they're out of water, they die. So they crave water all the time.
Interesting.
Boom. That's a thirst. She said a thirst for water. They have to be, they thirsty. I mean, it's like,
I mean,
do
but
humans
it's a
have
part of their
thirst for
obligation
air?
to life, you know.
Like, yeah, we got a thirst for. Give me. I answered. I was supposed to take my time. That's not good radio. I'm
So
sorry.
you
I
that's
don't
you
know.
that's how you feel about
That's
that.
my answer.
But fellas, what's your thoughts?
So
Break it
I
down
don't know if
for
I'm
me.
getting too technical here.
Go for it.
But like if I eat all the time and I never let myself get hungry, do I have cravings? Right? That's how I'm thinking about it, right? So if the fish is only thirsty when he's out of the water, is he thirsty or is he drowning on oxygen, on air? I don't know. I don't know.
thirsty. It's thirsty. What you got, Raheem? What you
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a fish thirsty for water. I don't know. That's kind of like asking, is water wet? I don't know.
Water can't get wet.
But can it?
What?
But get it. No. But I'd say I have to agree with Lou. A fish would have to be thirsty for water because it can't live without it. Just like he gave the example of us with air. We can't live without it. So yes, we're thirsty for it. Absolutely. I would say absolutely.
But
how
out of
does he drink
out
it?
of necessity. But how do you drink? How does a fish drink the water?
How does he
Is that
drink?
the question?
How
I
does he
mean,
drink
thirst,
the water?
thirst can be
If
used.
That's the question.
Thirst
I
can be
mean-
used in different, ways. So, it's like, do fish drink water? Technically,
they?
yeah, because it doesn't go through their digestive system, but it probably does when you think about it, because every creature needs water. So it does go through their digestive system. They just weed out the air molecules when they send it through their gills.
Tiffany, get us a marine biologist for the show.
Just give us another shot of that screwball. That's what we need. What you think? I know she was drinking Screwball.
I don't know.
How you gonna ask a question and don't have an answer?
I don't have an answer. That's why I was
The
asking.
hell?
I mean, I think that.
You better take another sip.
What's that gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe you get an answer.
I don't have. I mean, I think that fish, out of necessity, they have to drink it. I don't know if they have a thirst for it though, like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a desire.
I've seen the fish out of water, and if that ain't thirsty, nothing else is. They're like, Lord, can I get some water? Lord, this is not working for me. So that's all I'm saying.
I mean, I understand. I mean, I agree. I think I got it. I got it. But
well,
that's all I got.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That situation.
That was a crazy question.
That was truly a crazy question, young lady. Let's talk about this because everybody's talking about it, and I watched it because I had to watch it because y'all were gonna be all flippant about it and tell the whole thing. Has everybody seen The Harder They Fall?
Yes.
Jay don't look like he has.
That's the next thing I'm gonna watch.
Damn it, Jay! Tiffany didn't watch it either. Damn it, Jay! We can't talk about nothing.
That's a new T-shirt.
I can't keep up with
Did you watch
everything.
Insecure?
Yeah, I'm all caught up on Insecure.
I'm not up on Insecure.
Lou.
See?
But my reason.
Damn it, Lou!
Look, my reasons for not being caught up on Insecure are very valid. Okay, I'm
And
behind
they are.
like 2 seasons. If you watch more than 3 episodes of Insecure in a row, I feel like you probably would have a heart attack and pass out, or
No, you
drink a
wouldn't.
whole lot of stuff. It's heavy
Drink a
stuff.
whole
It is
lot of
heavy.
Screwball.
I
have to pace myself.
totally agree with you, Lou, because I started my partner on Insecure. She hadn't seen any of it, but I started her right before this last season began, and I would say like 3-4 episodes in, she's like, "Okay, can we watch something else?"
You have to almost mentally reset. You'd be like, "Oh man."
But did she like? Did she like
loved
it?
She
Okay.
loved it. There's nothing wrong with the show. The writing is absolutely
It's just
exquisite.
a lot happening.
It's just.
Some shows are like that.
it's
Lovecraft
heavy.
was like that.
Yes.
Them was like that.
Yes.
And it's different
I
subject
still
matter.
have not watched them, and I don't plan on it.
They're all still,
Pass on it.
I
brown
don't plan
folks
on
in hard situations.
I'm on that.
I don't watch you because I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna say it. A white man get away with murder on television. That I already lived that in real life, so I don't want to watch it.
Do you watch The Walking Dead?
I do watch The Walking Dead.
I can eat up a whole season of Walking Dead. Though.
Easy.
Nah,
I don't even know why that is because it's just as heavy.
But
it's
on The Walking Dead, the white man's getting away with murder.
I mean,
Well,
but
but you know.
it's not like
Where's the
Like
racism?
society as we know it has collapsed.
exactly. So
I'm just saying.
it's society is different. I just don't want to watch Joe and then people, say how sexy he is. I'm like, he is a murderer. Ain't nothing sexy about this man. That's like when they were saying Ted Bundy was sexy.
Yeah.
He is
heard
a
that.
murderer.
No, yeah, there was a
Did
lot
you
of-
watch the Ted
Yeah,
Bundy
so-
Files on Netflix?
Well, a lot of his
They-
victims thought he was attractive.
This is
Yeah,
the
that's
craziest
how
thing.
he
was
that's a
on
trap.
trial, and they are literally taping women go, but he's hot though.
Yeah.
Some
Some people thought the Night Stalker was attractive.
Well,
it's weird.
Well.
It's so
Now,
weird.
as the harder they fall, I will say that I think I'll enjoy it just fine. I don't think y'all can spoil it for me. Feel free to say whatever
It
you
is
wish.
a classic. If you haven't seen it, it is a classic Western with black people.
Yeah, it happened to be black
literally,
people.
That's literally it.
Well,
it's a classic Western with black people.
Well, I posted something, and it was that they stressed there was an article, and this is what I'm going to say about it. That was like somebody posted a meme that said they made a Western without using the N-word,
Yeah.
And Quentin Tarantino, was probably nervous about it. And I made a comment about it, and I stopped supporting Quentin Tarantino after Django. But
Yeah.
honestly, I wanted to stop before then because, look, when I saw Pulp Fiction, I thought it was genius. Like, Pulp Fiction was genius. I stayed around through Jackie Brown, through all of that stuff. Kill Bill, I don't even feel is a Tarantino movie, but it is. You know what I'm saying?
Kill Bill is Tarantino?
Yeah, that's the only Tarantino movie I will watch if they ever do any more of that. But this is the thing I feel about Quentin Tarantino. I feel like he's taking one view of black people and he's put them in every single
It's a rinse and
movie.
repeat.
Every single black person comes from the same 1970s black exploitation situation. There are no intelligent black people in any of Quentin Tarantino's movies, and I can't
have to agree.
So and you know, and somebody can say, well, Lou, you know, he whipped the dude's ass and stuff. It's like, look, I'm sorry, I cannot deal with a Quentin Tarantino, and I understand the humor in it of Django or whatever. I cannot tolerate the a white director at this point in time or writer making light of slavery. If we did it, okay, we own that, but you don't have a right to come in. Now, if you want to do a picture about slavery in our state, which many have, fine, whatever, but you do not have the right to like play with the concept of it. It doesn't work that way, and I feel like Quentin Tarantino thinks that he has his
Can we snap for this brother real quick? Can we just give this brother a nice little snap? Yes, indeed.
All I'm saying is Quentin could kiss my
no.
Which he made money on.
Lou, I wholeheartedly agree exactly with what you're saying, especially in this day and age. I personally will go as far as to saying I don't agree with white writers or directors telling black stories at all.
So I wouldn't say that they shouldn't do it. I would say that, but we have to have a voice in our own narrative, and that's what this movie was. It's like and there was a party. It's like we ain't no nincompoops, but it could have easily been the N-word. Right. But that's what they said. We ain't no nincompoops.
It was brilliant.
It was a brilliant. It was brilliant.
It was a good film.
Star-studded.
I enjoyed it.
It was great.
And this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about a lot of stuff today. We don't have a lot of time, but this is what I want to talk about. So you know how we all love this stuff. We're like, oh, this is great, and everybody's celebrating it. But you know, it's got to be that one super woke person at the table,
super duper
that
duper
finds something to say horrible about. What did they say? What's her name?
Zazie
Beetz. You know who she is?
Yeah, she was.
They were like. Because the premise of the movie is the characters are not fictional.
Oh, I did see
but
that.
But the stories are fictional. Yeah. So they basically took all of these historic black cowboys and women from there. We were also cowboys too. And they said, and they put them in a story together, which is kind of cool.
All these famous gunslingers.
So Zazie plays Shotgun Mary, who was a very big, dark-skinned woman. Now, she's not that. I was like, so the post was something like, we're tired of colorism in movies. Why was she cast for this? And I'm just like, oh, we really gonna pick at every damn thing?
I mean, are they wrong though?
I think in this situation it is, man.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Whenever you think of a casting situation and the lead protagonist woman, especially if we can think of Lovecraft, I can go down the list where the lead protagonist woman is a light-skinned woman, and
is she really?
Yes, she is.
So you're saying that
she is. Are they? I'm just saying.
But
I'm
Raheem,
just playing devil's advocate.
But check it
are
out.
they wrong though?
But trust me.
I'm not upset at all. I'm just.
But look, when you look at the pictures for the people that were portrayed, some of them were dark-skinned, more Native American. Some of them were kind of Hispanic. Some of them were. It was a variety. None of them matched their original people they were portraying.
Yeah, I'm just saying for that argument and that one, because we've heard it. It's not like this is the first time that this particular argument come up. I do agree with you with saying pick your god doggone battles, because the movie itself was a win, guys. But we always have to find something to complain about. You know that. We have to find something to complain about.
I would say this would be a more legitimate argument if there had never been a Black Panther movie. So if the first Black Panther movie had never come out, I would be on that side of the argument. I'd be like, you could have got Tika Sumpter if you wanted a slim, dark skin. You could have got Leslie Jones. Because my whole thing about Mary is like, so let's say what you're really saying. You want someone to be as unattractive as Stagecoach Mary. Who are you to say Stagecoach Mary is unattractive? Why can't her representation in a movie be a movie star? I already told y'all I wanted Terrence Howard to play me in my biopic.
All right, Mike.
But
come on, Mike.
I'm coming sharp, man.
But James is on the
in kindergarten. She married Big Terrence Howard.
The whole story.
You just through all of your life moments.
No child actors.
was that Mike? You stole my lunch money, Mike.
I can't, Dave.
Oh man, no child actors. Him in small
Just
clothes
the
and
whole
everything
time.
else.
The
Oh
whole
my God,
time.
that's amazing.
But if you need some star power, Zazie Beetz has that star
Absolutely,
power.
she does.
I think as an actor, a black actress, I don't look at color in that moment. And I think that we have to stop always pointing to that. Like even prior to this film, he did a short film. And so Stagecoach Mary was actually Erykah Badu. That was who took that role. So I don't know, would that be, would we talk about it then? Or would it be an
they
issue?
Ain't even seen that one.
Right. Would it be an
They ain't even
issue
seen that one.
if it was Erykah Badu? And I don't know. I'm not seeing it as like some light skin versus dark skin. Although I hear it, but we have to kind of like look at it and give the flowers to the actresses or actors for what it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
I was feeling like the Lovecraft County mix with Watchmen mixed with Atlanta because a lot of the cast was from, I'm saying,
all those shows.
that's how it was.
I think it would be good if we just focus on creating a demand because we can always demand more of these types of films.
Yes.
And if you
Exactly.
get enough of them, everybody gonna be happy.
Exactly.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But you don't nitpick everything we get going.
We
But we-
never focus
Focus on the win.
That's
Exactly.
Just focus on the win and keep it moving.
Win. We won.
Yeah.
This is an all-black cowboy movie.
Yeah,
And,
it's dope. It was
And
dope.
we don't
With
want
Lakeith?
to, and we
Come on
also
now,
don't.
he did a dope job.
We also
Come
don't
on
want
now.
to separate light and dark skin
Exactly.
black people. Like, if I'm wrong, and maybe I don't think I am, she was really, honestly, the only light skinned person in the whole movie.
She was.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
don't
just
even
kinda
see
like-
it like that, but
it's
I feel you.
It's just like real talk. Who
Golly.
cares? It's a sister. She's doing her thing.
Exactly.
It's a
One,
win.
guys. This is an all-black film that we've been asking for years because we've been telling that white boys are not the only cowboys there are. They had a bunch of black cowboys. We finally got the movie. Let's just take the win. And it was a great film, guys. I could see if the movie came out and it sucked. Then I would complain away. You know what I mean? Complain away. Nitpick at this. What's wrong with this? Who did the hair? You know what I'm saying? These are the things
like
that
a
you
big picture because like
know?
when you got Viola Davis on a hit TV show,
Come on now.
her lighting and her makeup are on point. It took years for Wesley Snipes and Viola Davis to get good lighting and makeup, and it's like that's really coming together big time.
Yes.
So it's like holistically is kind of trending in the right direction. Let's just coax it that way and
Yeah,
not
it's getting
like
there.
nitpick, so much.
Speaking of nitpicking,
Uh-oh.
this is my next subject.
Uh-oh.
So one of my favorite people to talk about when it comes to relationships and being black
Oh, God.
and black women.
No.
What?
Are you talking about Will and Jada?
No.
Kevin Samuels?
That's a whole other thing.
Will and Jade is a whole episode. I'm talking about Kevin Samuels.
Oh, Lord.
For those who don't know, Kevin Samuels is a
Did
self.
him and Boosie get together yet?
Say it again, Jay.
To have a whole talk about how toxic each one of them are? Is that what they're going to do?
Well, the whole thing is that he, for those people who don't know Kevin Samuels, he's very popular in the African American community on giving advice. He's basically an unofficial black relationship
Guru.
and he's very hard on men and women, but mostly women. And he rates them. He calls certain people high quality. He calls them low quality.
Oh, Lord.
And he has
Yeah,
a scale
on a
from
scale,
1
1
to
to
10. And he's very cruel when he's like, oh, so you 5'6" and you weigh 200 pounds and you got 3 kids. You're a low quality woman. Stop looking for a high quality man. So he's as raw as that. So did y'all hear about who he was spotted with?
Nope.
You would know.
Who that be?
Brittany Renner.
Oh, okay.
I still don't know.
He was
Is she light skinned or dark skinned? Was she?
Perfect.
Good one.
He was seen with Brittany Renner, and
Let me
those people
see
don't
her.
know Brittany Renner is an Instagram model who basically was married but then not married, and she's all about get this money from these dudes.
She would basically be what he describes as a low quality woman.
She wouldn't be though.
Oh.
She wouldn't be because in his mind she's thin, She has long, straight hair. He would judge the light skinness of her.
And she got her money.
No, but she has money and she has a kid. And
she went to Jackson State.
And so she has a child, which would normally cancel her out. But she has her ex-husband is paying her something like $50,000 a month or something, some ridiculous amount.
Something ridiculous.
So that's what he would be like. Oh, she got her own money, so she would be high quality because the fact that she has a kid is outweighed by being slim, young, and
the money.
Okay,
from a man.
So
match made in heaven.
So the comedian that basically
irony in it.
He was just like, and there was a little video with them talking at like a Ferrari dealer or something. Number one, I don't think Kevin Samuels can afford a Ferrari, but probably he can.
Ooh.
He gets a lot of views. But the thing is, the comedian was like, let me tell you, bro, you need to call. We need to call you. Call me, please. I'm telling you right now, she's no more than a 3. She's a 3. I'm just like, man, this is so low down. But I thought that was so hilarious that one of the most talked about women who just all about the money from dudes and has used her body and everything else to get money from guys is with the guy who's always rating high quality versus low quality
But wouldn't
women.
that make sense?
It makes perfect sense.
One hustler to another?
Yeah.
They're both hustlers.
That makes perfect sense. Both of them are, in my mind, especially I followed Brittany from like her beginnings and into her now. And then Kevin, I don't really follow him because I think he says really dumb things that people like praise. I don't get it. But they're both good at what they do. You know what I'm saying? They're both good at what they do. So if you put two hustlers together, that makes sense. They're both lying on the internet.
Brittany ain't going
and creating these personas that they don't really live by. I guarantee you Kevin was the type of guy who got ignored in school.
And beat up, I think.
Definitely beat up.
Do you know if he got beat up?
Come on.
And definitely beat up.
I'm just curious.
Definitely beat up. I don't know him, but he seems like the guy who definitely got beat up. I could see some of the guys who he went to school with, like, that ain't even him. That ain't. Boy, little Kevin. I used to whoop little Kevin ass. I used to beat the shit out of him.
I know his mama. He work up at the daycare.
He still got them same glasses on. He still got them same damn glasses on.
I broke his glasses one time.
5 times. His mama,
he had to tape them together. I got pictures to prove.
And he had to do it that way.
You know what I'm saying? He seems like one of those guys to me.
So Raheem, you feel like they're match made in heaven. What about you?
Absolutely.
What about you, Sanice?
I don't even really follow Kevin.
Match made in heaven or not?
I don't care. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hustler, that mentality is like people gonna get what they need to get where they need to go.
Right.
Okay.
And especially the thing that drives it is numbers. So here we are, and there they are.
So this is the question: is she with him for his money, or he with her for his money?
I mean, like, come on now. When he thinks, oh, she got money.
Oh, she's got more money than him.
Oh, well, he with
but
so he's
how
the low
she got
quality
the money?
man.
He's the low quality.
He's the 3.
He's the 3.
Yeah, especially when her clientele are usually like rappers and athletes.
Right, exactly.
That's great.
He I think he probably feels he's arrived.
What you think? Who you think is wearing the pants?
Wait a minute. Brittany Renner has clientele.
Well,
yeah, apparently.
I would imagine unofficially.
The plot thickens. So I just want to know who hurt Kevin Samuels. I just want to know who hurt him.
His ex-wife.
Is that
His ex-wife hurt
Who
him?
is his
ex-wife?
Who is his?
Okay.
I see.
Look, I just
Come with it.
Ex-wife?
I just want to say that it's 2021, and if Joe Budden could come out, Kevin could come out.
Did Joe Budden really come out allegedly?
Yeah.
Wait,
Joe Budden
what
came
are we
out?
talking
He's on a
about?
video.
Allegedly, you
There's
saw a video.
There's a video.
What
of
did he
it.
say, Jay?
Coming
He
out
said
with
he
what?
likes men and women.
But then he said
As friends or
Yeah, he said spread the word. But he said it on the air for the whole world to hear and interpret however they want. If Joe felt safe to do that,
and so Joe said what again?
he said that he likes guys and girls.
Likes
Wow.
how does he like them?
You gotta watch his show.
medium well.
He likes his people. He likes his people. And the only reason I'm saying because Joe Budden be all
I know.
Yeah,
He
like,
broke Tahari's heart.
He
broke Tahari's
Man,
heart.
that's fun.
I think that it's a photo op. I think it's an arrangement. I think they're trying to get
Most
their likes
likely.
and
Most
follows
likely.
up. And
that's it. The numbers, it's a numbers game.
Get people talking about it. And he might
look at us, we people talking.
Kevin
about
might be a client. Might be. I mean, Brittany is talking like she lived that life. So
he about that life.
And I really don't think that Kevin Samuels can approach an actual so-called high-value woman at this point, because if she looks him up and she continues to proceed with him, she probably is a broken person that doesn't have the so-called value he's suggesting. I don't think any woman that takes herself seriously would be with him.
Look, there are a lot of women that agree with Kevin. There are tons of women that agree with Kevin Samuels.
How many of them are single?
Most of them are. When I have, like, ironically enough, he popped up in my stream this morning, and it was like an hour-long thing. So, I'm doing my morning stuff, and it's on. And there's a lot of women that's like, Kevin, I listen to you all the time, and, I really love what you say, and I agree with everything. It was like 5-6 women that popped up and said the same thing. They agree, because what he does is people agree with him because he does the same thing to men. He says the same thing to them, like, look, you want a woman, you want this, you want that, you want a woman that makes X amount of dollars, but you ain't worth nothing. He dehumanizes people equally.
And this is who are you to be able to do that, though?
But there's some women that are just like, that's right, he nothing but a scrub, so whatever. And Kevin told him.
Just like there's some women that like to be smacked in the face when they're having sex. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's fun stuff.
That's what are we talking about?
I'm just saying.
What
I'm not saying.
What are we talking about, bro?
I'm just saying. I'm not surprised. It did.
We brought to you by Screwball.
Peanut butter whiskey.
You like to get lit real fast.
No, but I'm not surprised at that. I mean, there's always going to be that. But
there are more women that, and this is where Kevin is getting people. He's really talking about a more traditional situation. He's talks stuff that's actually makes sense, but if you take humanity out of it, if you take the fact that love starts as an emotion, you know what I'm saying, and that's what outweighs. Is now if he's talking down the long for the long term, for longevity, he just doesn't leave any room for love to, like, make exceptions to the rule.
And that's what I hear when I hear him talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel Kevin is coming from a place of love when he's giving these critiques. It would be different if I felt like all of his stuff was anchored towards love or anchored towards, like, putting people together. It seems like his whole mission is just to tear people down. And if that is your mission, then you're not the type of person that I would want to listen to, because where's the balance? I can understand critiquing a person, but if you're going to critique them, at least have something where there's a cushion of love somewhere. Because if you're just tearing down people, I see you as, in my opinion, a bad person.
So let me piggyback off that. We were going to talk about Astroworld, but I have a feeling that's going to be going on for a while. So let's talk about I want to talk about this part that Raheem just brought up something. I had an interesting. Oh, excuse me. Hungry, y'all. We need to eat something.
Yes.
Grumble. That was a hunger burp. Look, don't tell me what my burps are, Tiffany.
I couldn't even get it out just now. Go ahead.
All right. Here we go. So the thing is, I had an interesting experience this past weekend. You guys know we just shot a massive video, all the rest of that stuff. A lot of work went into it. But I want to talk about a particular issue that came up, and I won't get too in detail because I'm going to talk about it from a general musical point of view. Music is a very, how can I say, it's a very personal thing. The only thing I can compare it to is sports. Outside of the fact that in sports, even you can work to get to a point. Sometimes in music, you just can't get to that point, no matter how much time you put into it. But music makes you look at yourself and your inner self all the time. If you're doing it right, if you're growing, if you're challenging yourself, you're consistently not so much fighting with people in front of you or around you, but you're consistently fighting your own thoughts a lot to achieve things, and breaking through barriers and going into places that, that scare you with your ability and stuff like that. My thing is like the mental health or state of, like, people who are in music and who are just damaged. There are a lot of people who are, I think, in music who are horribly damaged. And some people would say that makes for a great song. It does make for a great song. And so many musicians and artists, end up, taking themselves out. But the idea is like, what would you recommend people do to like actually, because like, some folks went off on me about some bullshit. I gotta say it what it is. It was bullshit. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, is it really that serious? What are we talking about? Like, Kendi, how do we grow past this? What do we do? Why are we, we don't have a pot to piss in, but we arguing over the damn, where we pissing and stuff like that. Are y'all understand what I'm saying? Is like, how do you feel about the fact that musicians are actually attacking each other or can attack each other, opposed to just staying focused on what they need to be doing and just being their best selves? I mean, do you guys see that a lot in our New Orleans music community?
It's interesting because you brought up mental health first. And a lot of times as musicians, we don't attack our mental health issues. We just either put it in a song or we try to play it away, and or we use performing as therapy instead of actually going to therapy. Oh, yeah. So we have to start with our mental health and taking care of what that means to us, because we all suffer from something. Unfortunately, as being Americans, we all suffer from something. Be it depression, anxiety, trauma that has been passed down generationally. It doesn't matter. You suffer from something, being an American. Okay, so we should all find ways to get help. Like you said, most times they tell us as musicians that we should get our heart broken, because then we'll play better. We should get our heart broken, then we'll be better at our job. So we'll tell better stories. It's interesting that that's promoted to us, and then when we're in it, we are basically crying for help, especially for the musicians who attack one another, be it coming from a place of pride or what have you. I see that as, especially when they start attacking one another, I see that as cries for help.
Yeah, but the risk you run with attacking other people and that being a cry for help is people tolerance get low on that. They be like, look, I'm tired of being a punching bag, so you got to go. So, I mean, what y'all think? I mean, it's heavy stuff. It's maybe too heavy for the show, but, they got some cuckoo. No, let me say, I shouldn't say cuckoo about other musicians. Yeah. I'm just saying we all deal with our own stuff, but I've seen it destroy people's careers because they can't seem to get a grip on your emotions. And what I learned early as a musician is it's good to express your emotions and be in your emotions. I feel the musicians who survive are musicians who understand their emotions, but they also have a decent amount of control over their emotions and they remember things. So, for example, you had a very popular artist who back in the day had like a 1-800 number. People would call in and tell their stories about their love life. And he would just put himself in their place and write songs based off of that and put his own image, because it just gave him a healthier way to deal with it. So when you learn how to temper your emotion, I need a love song, I need this, I need that, I need this, and you just put yourself in those moments. Like, what would like we were talking about the song 24 Days. I don't have to be, which is one of our songs about somebody leaving somebody in 24 days. I don't have to go out and leave somebody in 24 days to identify, well, what are some of the things that would be crucial to everybody. And I think you need that encyclopedia. But some people are actually like, they live in the life and it's like they not getting anywhere. Mm-hmm. So do you throw a lifeline? I mean, you got to throw a lifeline, but it starts to get to the point where that lifeline is going to take your arm off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm going to throw you this line. And you're like, whoa, this is almost ripping my arm out of socket. Do you preserve yourself? What do you do?
Well, people have to want help. Then you can't tell them anything until they ask. And then even after they ask, they may or may not hear you. And if and when they do hear you, it could be so much further down the line. You're not even in each other's lives anymore when the thing you said to them finally clicks. So it's like, if you say it, you got to let it go. Because I've learned that if you're attached to whether or not they take your advice, is bad advice. Good advice, comes with no strings attached. I'm gonna put this where you can get it. Now it's yours. You could keep it, you could use it, you could discard it. But if I remain attached to whether or not you listen to me, it's really like I'm imposing my will into your situation to kind of like fix you. And people tend to have a negative response to that. So I don't know if I don't believe in lifelines until a person has declared themselves in crisis and they're like, I need help. And then they're like, but when you recognize something and you try to peep game and school somebody or bring something to their attention, their defenses go up.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's already a scarcity mindset, and music is like this alternative path to success that just doesn't have the same structure as like going to school to be a dentist or something.
Right.
So you already are kind of in this idea, the day-to-day of like what trying to make it looks like. And so people get oftentimes in their feelings about whether they're being recognized, acknowledged for who and what they are, because we can all think of some people who will constantly need to run that commercial about their value, what they're worth.
Yeah, I'm worth this. This is my value. Yeah, it's crazy. It's on repeat. Yeah.
So if that gets challenged, that triggers them. And then you're not even really talking to the person anymore. You're talking to the trauma. You're talking to the damage, and they can't hear nothing you're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. This is what I'd say. I say, man, you gotta. This is what I say to any musician: quit. That's what I'm gonna say, because your mental state is more important than anything else. It's like, go ahead and do something else, and get yourself right, because you'll be a better musician. You'll be a better person. The entertainment industry puts so much pressure on you. It's so much pressure. It's so competitive. It's all of these things that happen. So what I would say is like, you gotta figure that shit out before you really can be your best self. And that's what I think. Sineesh, you had something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say you spoke specifically to New Orleans. Typically the therapy is in the writing, but now they do have organizations that are allowing for wellness and dealing in self-help and mental health. And I think even beyond music, when you look at, some of these athletes and, they're talking about they're trying to take control over their mental health and the challenges, that goes beyond, what the athlete is doing. And I think now it's being normalized in ways. And it's just going to take more time for the artist to be able to say, let me talk to this person, or so it's going to take some time, but I do think it's moving in a good direction for people to really, really deal with it, because it is deeply rooted in all of us. So.
Yeah, I think so. Well, hey, there we go. We're gonna Musicians Clinic for those musicians is a great organization in New Orleans.
Super great.
Check them out. They offer all types of wellness for musicians.
They're doing something really cool, like every Thursday between certain hours where you can go. And I saw that. Matter of fact, today, and I was like, no, yesterday, and I was like, wow, this is impressive. So they're really trying to deal with that. So.
Yeah, so check it out, Musicians of New Orleans, Musicians Clinic. It's free, like health and mental and everything. You sign up, they'll take care of you. Insurance, they'll hook you up with insurance and take care of you, and you can take care of yourself. Anything you need, anything for any part of your body, mind, or whatever. So. Wow, I didn't want to end on such a heavy thing, but I guess we're not ending.
No, that was necessary.
It was important. So this is the part of the show. You ready this week?
Oh yeah.
What you got?
This next part of the show we are not responsible for is called Just a Tip.
It's actually uplifting. Get yourself a habit. Your habit turns into a lifestyle. Your lifestyle pays for your dreams.
Well, that depends on your habits. You know what I'm saying? Since you said it, black man to black man, I got to point out all the wrongness.
So get yourself a habit.
See what could happen
into
is
a lifestyle.
If your habit is eating people.
If he had been dark skinned, that would have been a good point.
All right, King. All right. All right, King. All right, King.
I can't. It's too late. Too late.
What do we say in the evening? Not in the evening. Is Grand Rising. What's in the evening?
I don't know.
Good night.
Friday.
Grand sinking. Is it what? I don't know. But the sun is going down. and you're about to go to sleep.
Grand evening.
Somebody help us out. What do they say in the evening?
See, you don't say nothing to nobody but your queen in the evening. So, and you could communicate without words in that situation. You ain't got to say nothing to each other.
There you go.
Okay. Somebody need to tell us what they say. If it's grand rising in the morning, what do you say at night?
You don't say nothing.
You got to say something, dog.
You pretend that you don't see the person.
You pretend you don't know night is coming.
Yeah. There you go.
All right, so look here. We are the band Waterseed. We do this every second and fourth Friday. We release our podcast. We always happy to talk a little bit about what we're doing. 10 is not here this week. She's feeling a little under the weather, but that's okay. We have lots of great shows. We have November 27th, the big show we'll talk about.
Pew, pew, pew.
Downtown New Orleans, outside the Superdome on the 27th. Those in New Orleans should be able to figure out what that is. Then we have December 8th with Rebirth Brass Band in San Diego. Then we double back and we do Washington, D.C. on New Year's Eve at the Kennedy Center.
The Kennedy Center.
It's going to be a good night. Anybody have anything else to say?
It's okay if you're not okay. Just take care of yourself.
There you go.
All right.
I think that was a tip too.
I concur.
Without further ado, how y'all feeling?
We
good though.
Cue that music right. Yeah.
good though.